Hi. Okay, y'all, bear with me. One, I really want to keep my headphones on, but I really can't tell how loud I'm talking. And niggas is still asleep. So I don't know how loud I'm talking. I don't know if you can even hear me. It's okay. I want to keep my headphones on. They feel nice. They feel good. And sometimes I'll wear these motherfuckers all day long with nothing playing just because they make me comfortable. Okay? So if you can't hear me, you better crank that volume up. So this is going to be a Saturday school video, okay? But this Saturday school lesson is going to be a little different. I have a bunch of different tidbits of information, and none of them are long enough to make one complete video. So I'm going to put them all together in this one video. All right. So it's like three different things, three different subjects. So I'm just going to put all in one video for y'all today, okay? So the first message that I want to teach on, I got this download February 17th, 2026 at 9:09 a.m., which is funny because right before I got on, I looked at my watch and it was 9:09. It's 9:11 now, but it was 9:09 right before I turned. Interesting. Something significant about 9:09, 99, take it how it resonates. But the download was about the phrase acting out of character. Okay, so the phrase acting out of character is a type of word spell. Allow me to explain why. It's a phrase that insinuates that there's shame in defending yourself, shame in being upset, shame in standing up for yourself. Okay, it suggests that people are acting or are in a character role anytime that they are not upset or defending themselves. So basically, it's insinuating that people are pretending to be nice or good people when they're not upset or defending themselves, okay? So once you are defending yourself, once you are acting out of character, standing up for yourself and defending yourself, then all of a sudden you are called mean or rude or angry, etc. It's literally perceived as you acting out of character, as if it's wrong for you to defend yourself. Okay? So this phrase was literally created to try to discourage people from standing up for themselves or defending themselves for fear of being perceived as mean or a bad person, okay? When in fact, the person that caused them to have to act out and defend themselves were literally provoking them to act out, okay? So in essence, there's nothing wrong with acting out of character as long as you are defending yourself, standing up for yourself, protecting yourself, and being authentic to yourself, and protecting or setting boundaries. This is literally part of your personality. It's not you acting out of character. It's you protecting yourself, setting boundaries, defending yourself, speaking up for yourself. Your personality is not a character or an act, okay? And there's nothing wrong with defending yourself. So acting out of character? No, 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 no. Nobody's acting out of character. You provoked me to defend myself and say something, and now you don't like it. Ain't nobody acting out of character, bitch. You brought this out. Leave me the fuck alone. Nobody will act out of character. Don't do things to people to make them have to defend themselves, and they won't act out of character. Like, so yeah, it's a word spell. Acting out of character. There's no such thing as acting out of character. It's part of your character to defend yourself. And that's O-fucking-K. So the number two thing that I wanted to speak on is hospitals. Now I got this this wasn't really a download. This is something I already knew, but it was like given to me as a download to tell you guys. I just never did. So I got this January 15th of 2026, okay? And this was, wow. This one was at 9:08 a.m. 9:08 and 9:09. Okay, okay. Succession. Anyway, this one I got January 15th, 2026 at 9:08 a.m. This is hospitals. What hospitals are, okay? Hospitals are portals. They are portals created by the dark agenda, the system, okay? They are literally created by the matrix, the system, etc. Life and death originate and end in hospitals. You're born in a hospital, and most people die in a hospital. Entry and exit. They are also harvesting stations, okay? Now, this is the thing, though. They're allowed to harvest your life, your soul, your essence, your parts, anything. They're allowed to harvest you, okay? But only with consent. But this is where it gets tricky and where it gets muddy. The consent factor, it's literally surgery. You're consenting. So, fine print, if they decide to kill you in surgery and harvest your organs and all this other shit, it's okay, it's fine. You agreed to it by agreeing to the surgery. Okay? Certain procedures are harvesting procedures. Certain treatments are harvesting treatments, etc. Okay? I just heard radiology. What's the other one? I'm hearing it, but I can't get it out. Radiology. There's another one that does with cancer. Those types of things. Anyway, those types of things. You're giving consent to the hospital to harvest your energy, your body, your organs, etc. in those situations. Okay. So home birth and home passing. A lot of medical professionals will discourage home birth, saying that, oh, there's so many things that could go wrong, blah, blah, blah. If there's so many things that can go wrong, humans should have been extinct a long time ago before hospitals and hospital birth was ever invented. But somehow we made it. So I call bullshit. Okay? Home deaths. If you can avoid it, don't put your loved ones in a hospice or any of that shit. Let them die at home. Okay? Because being birthed at home and passing away at home off record, it's not really off record, but it's more off record than being in the facility in the hospital. But doing that damages the loop, okay? A hospital, in another way, is a type of generator, okay? A reincarnation loop generator. You are birthed there, you die there. You're birthed there, you die there. You birth there, you die there. Even when you die somewhere else, you get taken to a hospital, to the morgue, in the hospital building. Your best bet is to avoid the hospital building for life and death things, okay? And don't consent to certain things. If you are, read the fine print if there's fine print, okay? Learn the language of hospitalese. Like, there's tricks and spells and things that they do that we are not aware of because we've all been raised to believe that the hospital is normal, and not always, okay? They're portals, literal portals. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to speak on, the English language, okay? Now, I don't know if you've ever heard foreigners and other people from other countries, when they try to learn English, they say that it is the most confusing language to learn. There's a reason. The English language is confusing to learn because it was designed and created to be confusing to learn, okay? There's hidden meanings. There's hidden manifestations. There's spells embedded within spellings and pronunciations that are intentional. So we wouldn't realize that we're speaking in manifestation spells taught to us as language to keep us trapped, stuck, etc. within the system, within the matrix. Okay, so the reason why the English language is so confusing and so hard for everyone else to learn is because it was created and designed that way. The words were manufactured in that way. The pronunciations, the spellings, the silent letters, all that shit. It was created that way on purpose because the English language is full of word spells. Old English, English, all that shit. Word spells. Okay. Now, there's one last thing I believe I had. Oh, this last one. This last one came to me on 3/19/2026. And when I got it, I was like, Spirit. Ah, okay. So at 8:50 a.m., this is what I heard. This is what I got. You can't lose weight no matter what you do and how hard you try because you have unhealed trauma, unhealed emotional trauma, okay? And your body stores the unhealed emotional trauma as fat deposits, okay? So when you heal, you'll begin to release that negative energy that manifests as fat deposits, okay? Your body's literally holding on to trauma and wounding, and it manifests in your body as fat, but it's really emotional baggage. Really quickly, I have always been a certain weight my whole life. I had always been 120, 130 pounds my entire life. I've been very athletic my entire life. I did cheerleading. I played volleyball. I played flag football. I ran track. I did soccer. Like, I was always athletic, always built, always had six pack, everything, okay? In 2016, 17, I started to gain weight out of nowhere. I had never gained weight before like that in my life. Even when I was pregnant with my kids, I had never gained weight like that, okay? Around that time, I had gone through a lot of emotional trauma as well, okay? 2015, 2016, a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of emotional baggage. So I began to gain weight. I was trying everything for 2 years to lose weight, working out, dieting, all that shit, everything. And I was not losing shit. I was working jobs where I was walking 12,000 steps a day. Mind you, I catch the bus. I don't drive, so I'm walking to the bus stop, walking home from the bus stop, walking around at work, and I still was not losing any fucking weight, okay? When I started my healing journey and I began to heal my emotional wounding and my emotional baggage, out of nowhere, the weight fell off. I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing anything special. In fact, I was eating steak and shake damn near every day for like 2 months while I was working the job that I was working, and I was not losing any weight. When I started healing my emotional baggage and my emotional trauma, literally within a week or two, the weight fell off, and I went back to being my normal weight after 2 years of trying everything. Okay, so it's emotional trauma. The reason you cannot lose weight is because you have unhealed emotional trauma and baggage and wounding that is manifesting in your body as fat deposits. Your body is literally holding on to the emotional baggage, trauma, and wounding. You're wearing it. You're wearing your emotional traumage. Emotional traumage. Okay. You're wearing your emotional baggage and trauma. Oh my God, traumage. So yeah, once you begin to heal the emotional wounding, the emotional baggage and trauma, the weight will start to disappear, fall off, leave, because the wounding, trauma, and baggage is falling off and leaving through the healing. But guys, that's it. That's all. It was just a bunch of random things that Spirit had given me that weren't long enough for their own videos. So I just decided to throw them all together in one video. So guys, that is your Saturday school message and lesson for today. I declare and decree that this reaches whoever it's meant to reach in a timely fashion, and that you understand it to the best of your ability and full understanding. My loves, I'm going to close this message here. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a beautiful rest of your day. Toodles.